This is how I got 1,000 likes for one of my guys when I optimized his Tinder profile. I'll be showing you his pictures, the setup, everything we did to take him from getting some terrible matches on Tinder to getting some of the world's best. So let me show you some of the results that I've got on his Tinder profile for you really quickly. I'll refresh the page so you can see that I don't fake anything I do. So I'm going to let you guys evaluate the quality of these women. You can tell me what you think and I'll show you the guys' pictures as well after. So these are the kind of girls that he's currently matching with. These are the kind of girls that he's getting with, because his matches were not this good before, but some of the likes as well. So he doesn't even have Tinder Gold, guys, just so you know that he doesn't even have Tinder Gold and his results look like this. So yeah, there's some very beautiful girls into the video. So anyway, so the guy, that's him on the right. Use that as you will to gauge the quality of the woman he's with. I hope that gives you guys some also belief that you don't need to look incredible to get women. All right, that's the results of my optimization for him. As you can see, beautiful girls. We split test your profiles. We run them under different maps and different pictures and tests. Anyways, let's get straight into it. So this is the kind of girls he was matching before he worked with us. Oh god. That startled me, that one. I don't edit my slides anymore, someone else does. I don't know why he's put that, but oh goodness me, that's terrified me. Oh my god, fuck you, Max. Why the fuck would you put something so ugly on my screen? Anyways, you've cursed my viewers' eyes. Anyways. Yeah, those are probably some of the worst ones that I could find with Max. Max ended up building this slide slash presentation for you guys, so let me know what you think. I usually do them, but like, it's a pretty big jump what he's achieved. Anyways, so we did an entire remap of his profile, so essentially our Tinder optimization, because a few things for him. We do have a variety of services and options, but this is what we did for him. We broke down his pictures, we discussed strategies on what pictures he should take. We're going to try multiple split tests of profiles. We're going to track data. We're going to calculate the likes. We're going to, after, 2 or 3 profiles of split testing. So yeah, we looked into his profile settings, the bio prompts, and we did a deep dive. We were able to pinpoint what we needed to get him 99 likes within 24 hours, which is usually our goal. That's what we try to aim for. And we do end up scoring it, within the profiles that we create. One of them ends up always doing really well. Anyway, our final touches involved Photoshop, as I mentioned, just fine-tuning of the aesthetics of the pictures with our picture-taking playbook. So this is the contents of our picture-taking playbook. This is what we used as our specialist guide to help people take their pictures. So essentially, it just breaks down everything. This is made by one of our team members, Max. He designs the playbooks. And his playbook essentially provides visual instructions of how to ace your pictures, visual examples, video lessons from me. I do the video lessons. It goes into a lot of detail, and it's pretty much a masterclass. It's about 112 pages of just absolute value. All of these steps put into play, this is the results we ended up getting, as I showed you earlier on. I'll quickly pull up for you again. So these are the results. Just once again, I would say that this is better than majority of men's profile. Honestly, he's crushed it in the game. So let's look at the pictures he had before, because a lot of you are wondering, why was his results so subpar compared to what they are now? So essentially, this was his first picture. The problem with this picture is just a standard shirtless picture, man. It's in the locker room, and the issue is he's just got a really average physique. It's it's pretty normal. It's nothing crazy. It doesn't look attractive. Girls are just not gonna be thinking, let me swipe right on this one. Yeah, it's better than having no shirtless picture, but it's still not the best. He needs to lean out or use Photoshop. Now, lighting also plays a role, and the scenic background here is not ideal. When you're taking shirtless pictures, you should aim to actually use exotic backgrounds, which give you an excuse to be shirtless. I've noticed a lot of men essentially try to take shirtless pictures in their bathroom mirror, or in their bedroom, or in the gym, and it just doesn't look good. It looks douchey, and it could actually harm your likes. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, shirtless pictures look douchey, they don't look right. Guys, I'm saying, when I tell you to take shirtless pictures, I'm telling you to opt in for taking shirtless pictures at the at the pool, the beach, something like that. Because in these settings, you won't look like a douchebag. Because when you're shirtless at a beach, it's good. You're supposed to be shirtless. Why are you not shirtless at a beach? And it gives you an excuse to take a good picture and put on your profile as well. It's not desperate. I feel like a shirtless picture in the gym, because it's been abused and used by a lot of guys, because a lot of guys are starting to follow the picture taking meta of taking shirtless pictures, and I'm not the only one that says this anymore, so it's quite popularized. What you need to do is go a step above and take some shirtless pictures in the beach or something, and I'll show you some examples of those later on. So anyways, this one is not too bad. It would actually do well if it was put as like the 4th picture or something. I think it's alright. It's not too shabby, but the problem with this picture is, again, it's his 2nd picture on the profile, and his lifestyle is pretty much all about gym. That's what he's saying to girls, and that means that nothing is good for him. Just, your good-looking typical gym bro or whatever. The problem with being a gym bro is, again, you just what is it, a one-trick pony. So yeah, this picture would be better in a shopping mall or a change room at a designer store. It would look more fun than a gym to girls. So I did add some gym pictures you could replicate, because I don't like his one's good, but it's not great. These ones are much better. Yeah, these guys look solid, but I just grabbed them off of Pinterest because I thought that would be the easiest thing to do than try to find, pictures of my clients, because I know how to blur their face, and unfortunately that would defeat the purpose of the video. But no, these guys look pretty solid. They look pretty good. Anyway, picture 3. The issue with this picture is it's just an attempt at the goofy clown funny guy vibe. It does not look cute and it lacks appeal. Most girls will honestly be repulsed by this. Like they will stay clear of you. They just don't want to see this, honestly. And this is the type of picture you would send to your mum, not a random slag on Tinder. Alright? I can appreciate this gesture of this picture. I think it's pretty cool. Okay? But you save these pictures for your mum, who I actually appreciate. Girls will just laugh at it and cringe at it. That's the honest truth. Leave that for your mum, your sisters. They're probably going to appreciate it more than a random slag that you're going to, fuck on Tinder. Like, that's just the honest truth. Like, I'm not going to sit here and make fun of you because your whole life you've been taught to believe these types of pictures are appealing to girls. No, I'm here to tell you the truth, and I'm not going to make fun of you. This picture is good, but it's just not for Tinder. It's, it's the wrong place, the wrong time. Take it away. Anyways, this picture would have looked better if it was a dark setting. If you had a cigar, cringe, I know, but guess what? Girls like it. I'm here to fuck women, not men. So, if you want to call me cringe because I have a picture with a cigar, then suck my balls. Guess what? I get women from doing it. So anyways, as you can see in this slide, that is a dark car, and you can't even tell what model the car is. It's pretty good. Again, pictures off Pinterest before anyone asks. This picture is really good just because, again, dark aesthetic. Anyways, this one over here, really good dark aesthetic picture. You'd use it as a secondary picture. It would look pretty solid. This one, again, you could take this with your shit box and you'll still get solid results. Anyway, let's talk about picture number 4. Picture number 4, this picture is actually decent, but the main issue is it's not centered and the lighting is absolutely horrible. This lighting is just subpar. It looks trashy. It's not good. Okay? Now, his environment here is actually pretty good, and if you tried a bit more, it would have come out solid. He could have went into the water. He could have done, all sorts. He could have done all sorts. Now, the main issue here is his posture and the ankles and the clothes he is wearing. What he is wearing is not the best. If he wore fitted clothes, they would look better, and your physique looks more attractive. You don't wear baggy, childish clothes because essentially when they have a cartoonish design, you just look like you're not very mature. You don't look masculine. And the problem with that is if you have a bag, it just loses respect to you. And baggy clothes hide your frame as well. You should only wear baggy clothes if you're fat or small. That's, the only way around it. And again, Photoshop will fill that out. Here are 2 pictures you can take in a beach aesthetic / environment. These pictures came out really good, and these are from Pinterest. I like them a lot. The reason I like the one on the right is because he's an average looking Joe, and I feel like anyone that believes in the whole black pill garbage, you can clearly tell he's not crazy looking. He looks like a 6 out of 10. And I'll say this is a really nice picture, and it will do really well on Tinder. And the fact he's hiding his abdomen is really good as well, because it shows that he doesn't have abs. And a lot of men think they need to look like the guy on the left. No, you don't. The guy on the right, does just as well on Tinder, and I can tell you that he does because I've worked with countless guys, and you saw this guy today. He is average looking. So this picture is really nice on the right. Anyone can do this. Even if you're 25% body fat, like I can tell he's quite around 20% range or whatever. Like he's not that lean himself. And that's still a really good picture. And you can see that, his face card isn't anything crazy. Now, this guy, on the other hand, he is quite shredded. Obviously, if you want to take that, you need to be shredded. Or you do your Photoshop. Anyways, his pictures had several issues. And without the proper strategies, score above his current results. Because he was pretty much performing at a low potential. That's why we invented Tinder optimization, our playbook. So here's another playbook, a psychology one. So yeah, we pretty much have these technical playbooks that go into a lot of detail and a lot of depth on things you can do to improve your dating life. They're really good. And essentially, this is a psychology one, and this one goes on to how to manipulate girls with actual dark psychology. It's not a marketing gimmick or anything like that. We discuss borderline legal methods such as using, nicotine gum to get a girl addicted to you when you make out with her. Just stuff that is just absolutely ludicrous. Things that you shouldn't really do or mention on YouTube. So yeah, let's talk about his pictures and what they look like now. So we did some minimal Photoshop here, and I'll be showing you them pretty much briefly on the slides as we go along. So here's picture number 1, Photoshop, by the way. See that this picture is pretty meh. I would not use it, but personally with the Photoshop done here, it came out great. And this picture, for this picture, the idea is to show your underwear, angle your jaw so it looks sharper, and then you got to stand up straight, roll your shoulders back to tighten your posture. Then this is going to make your core look great and your abs will pop more. And as you can see, I couldn't find the original picture of the one on the right, but his physique is on the left. That's his physique with the Photoshop. Not too big of a difference, very subtle. You can see, we made the bicep vein, some 6-pack or whatever, when we obviously changed his jaw up a bit and tightened it, and just basic minor stuff, honestly. And that ended up doing really well. Anyways, now for picture number 2, this is what we did. So we actually got a pretty good picture for picture number 2. I really like this. It was a secondary picture. We opted for this one because it just scores the main points that we have for taking pictures. Well-fitted clothes, jawline visible, posture is solid, good background, lighting is strong, and these are the key elements for a picture, put simply, of course. Now, this is a lot more, there's a lot more to taking pictures than that, but this is just a good short explanation for you guys to use for your dating life to take better pictures. Now, there are some extra notes too, so make sure to fast before your pictures so your face looks leaner. You can use ice to de-bloat, it's completely up to you. That's a really good idea. Now, for picture number 3, we went with a picture of him with his car. And this is not the best picture, but it does portray that he's able to drive, and driving at 21 is quite a rare thing, believe it or not. Most men are broke, fat, stupid, and ugly, and they don't have a license at 21. Even though it may seem surprising, this is a harsh reality. Feel free to Google these statistics for your country. It is different everywhere around the world. I imagine in some countries there are quite a lot of people that drive, but for the majority of the countries I'm familiar with, not a lot of men know how to drive. Now, if you have a car, I'll show you a few pictures you can recreate for your profile, because this one is not the best. It worked well and it is fine, but here's some upgraded pictures because we always strive to do our best. So I stole the one on the right from TikTok. I thought it was really cool. I liked this picture. Obviously, you need a nice car to take a picture like that. You know, you don't need a Lambo. A BMW is nice. Mercedes is nice. One of the German cars. Now, obviously, if you can't afford those cars, then take the pictures like I showed you before. Opt in for those. Or you could take this picture. That car looks like a shit box, I'll be honest with you. It doesn't even look anything spectacular. I'm going to look at the door a bit more closely. Yeah, that looks like it's just a regular car. Honestly, it doesn't even look special. So there you go. You can see for a fact that you don't need to be rich to get good results on Tinder. You don't need to look handsome. Anyway, picture 4. This picture was the first picture in the profile. We used it. It came out great with the Photoshop. And of course, we only used this picture because he was unable to get ones at the beach. He was on a time limit due to exams or something, or studies. So we thought, you know, screw it. We'll use the one of him in his bathroom mirror. And obviously you can see the V-taper, the Photoshop. I'll show you the Photoshop results after. And even though we are against taking douchebag pictures, this one still got 1,000 matches, and pretty much this goes to show that, you know, shirtless pictures in the bathroom and in the mirror or gym aesthetic can actually work sometimes. So yeah, you got to consider this though, right? Even though, yes, sometimes a douchebag shirtless picture can work, the thing is, imagine if you took a good aesthetic shirtless picture. The results would probably be even more incredible. They would be much better. So you should always strive to take better pictures. You should always strive to, you know, improve. That is an absolute, you know, something that you should stand and live by. And also on top of that, here is the Photoshop before and after. That's the after. That's the before. Very subtle, very well made, and it just overall looks pretty solid. Anyways, for picture 5, this picture is on not the best, but this was on purpose, essentially to remove the Photoshop effect and have an authentic picture. It's kind of like a girl putting a picture of herself without makeup on the end of her profile, and this pretty much shows you what she looks like naturally. The effect is the same here for us guys. Girls will not check the last photo unless they're going to meet you. And it's just like how girls don't wear makeup 24/7. We do not look like we're Chads 24/7. It's just how it is. Like, I know some models that literally look, you know, pretty average when they wake up first thing in the morning. Anyway, picture number 6. This is a redo of the beach one, but again, it's just not the best, but we went for it because we had limited time with him, and we made it work and pulled through. Even though he was going for his exams, he still ended up killing it. Now, this picture is better than his last one, and the main issue is that just because the center, he's not the main focus of the picture, and he needs to take the picture closer up, and he needs to go during the sunset for the best effect. And if he wants to go the extra mile, he should take the shirtless shot in the water. So with this setup, we pretty much broke his Tinder. We're going to talk about his bio and settings now, because this is the second most important process. So essentially, this is his profile, and as you can see here, we'll be breaking down how this works. So that's his bio. I will be putting a translator up because we did it in his native tongue. So for his bio, this is what you put. I'm looking for someone casual like a wife, suits his niche, his vibes, and for his weakness, we put those hybrid eyelashes, hot love, and emotions infinitely. I know it sounds very cliche, but by the way, here's his pictures. We can just blur his face out after the recording, no problem. Anyway, so yeah, we mentioned he has a dog, even though he doesn't have a dog. Scorpio, touch, you know, just these are the things that we put. If you want to know why we put touch, physical touch is the most preferred love language for women, socially at the weekends to appear neurotypical. Having a dog gives you extra points. And then we put, for the workout, often. I would say don't put often, put sometimes, but often is also alright, but you want to put it in that range. But don't put yourself as a gym rat, because again, you want to look naturally, effortlessly jacked. Anyways, so these are the interests we use: cars, clubbing, soccer, Netflix, bars. Very generic. If you can look like him, these are the kind of results you'll get. So that is completely up to you to determine how you would compare to him. If you believe that you look better than him, then yeah, your results will be better than his. If you think you're about his level, your result will be similar. I'd rather just tell you the truth and state the facts rather than lie to you. He's around 180 centimeters. So just for reference, yes, as long as you're an average person, you can do well on Tinder. You can always date girls. You can always get women. Now, as I showed you the profile now, you've seen the results. You've seen what comes from working with us. And now it's completely up to you whether you want to choose to work with me and Max on our team, essentially, and get your Tinder profile optimized. There's a few of us on the team that optimize your profile. Call, you'll speak directly to me, not some random guy. It will be me, and we will pretty much be able to help you no matter what situation you're in. We specialize in handling the most dire cases known to man, and we can actually transform any man's dating life. If you're the type of man that gets girls and matches like this, I'm telling you now, come to us. We can help you. We can optimize your profile. We can remap it. You saw the results today. I'm telling you now, this guy isn't even that handsome. He's pretty average looking, and he's fucking killed it. Okay? Anyways, as I said, if you want to get in touch directly to me, not some crappy sales team or anything like that, I will be the one that you'll be talking to. Feel free to book that call in, and we'll get on with it. So, see you around. Peace.